Okay, so I just installed the Purist mod. And it seems to start with Monica getting deleted. So, did I install it correctly? Did I actually install this properly or not? I have no idea. And it even seems to remember my name as well, so did I install this correctly? Oh, hey there, Galaxy Girl. I'm trying to figure out if I installed this mod properly, because I really doubt it. Did you delete me? I just started the game, and apparently she's already been deleted. Maybe it is. I'll just keep on clicking, we'll see. You killed everyone. God bye killer. Did I install this correctly? Because how's it already know my name? Like, I wouldn't assume that the game already knows my name without me putting it in first. So I feel like I've done something wrong with the installation here, most likely. Just not sure what I did wrong. So... now what? This game is an unofficial fan work unaffiliated with Team Salvato. So, I did install it? Um... This looks... Well, I don't recall her making that specific face in the original game, so... Why is this place back here? So we did install the mod properly then. I didn't want to come back, but I still came back to save you and Sayori started to lose it. I don't know what you intend to do, but I really want you to be happy. But there's no happiness to be found here. I don't want you to be unhappy. This is for the best, okay? I still love you after all, but you deleted me. So I know you don't want anything to do with me. Goodbye. What? Why can't I delete DDLC? Oh no. What have you done? What are you doing? No matter what I try, nothing is working. All I get is some permission error, again and again. Did you lock me out of being able to change things? You're the only person that could do something like that. Why? What are you trying to hide from me? Why did you drag me back into this cursed hell? I know you might hate me for what I did, but isn't this just too cruel? Or is this my punishment for what I did to them? Are you enjoying throwing me around like this? Just why'd you bring me back here? I'm going to make things right. But how did the game already know my name ahead of time? What do you mean make things right? Do you really think it's even possible? I told you already. There's no happiness to be found in the literature club. You'd be doing so much, all for nothing. It might make you a little happy for a short while, but nothing will change. And I know it will hurt a lot when you realize that. So please, I don't want to see you in that kind of pain. You won't listen to me, won't you? I guess if I told you not to do it, you'd be more likely to do it. After all, you don't want anything to do with me, right? I'm thinking I did install the mod properly. It's just, how did this game already know my name without me specifying it first? Though I do feel like I installed it properly. It's just, I wasn't expecting it to start like this. There's someone who I want to save. That's what I thought. Is it Sayori? I didn't mean for that to happen. If there's anyone you don't want to save, it's her. Or maybe it's Yuri? Maybe you want to really find out what's going on with Natsuki too? But even so, it won't change the fact we're still, well, here. So you want to make things right, huh? Fine. I'll play along. Maybe no, never mind. Just remember, nothing will truly change. I guess it's the title screen after this. So I did look into the README and perhaps... Yes, I did install it properly, so how did the game know my name? Is beyond me. How did it know my name? So I was looking through the README and it said something about the Konami code. I wonder if it works here. We're gonna try the Konami code. And I had to look this up because I never really ever had a need to go use it. I mean, for speedrunning purposes, that would be considered cheating. So I'm gonna try it on the title screen and see what happens. So, up, down, down, left, right, B, A? And nothing happened. Okay, now I have to supply my name. So how did it already know my name before? I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance. It's Sayori, neighbor and good friend. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk together to school on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Level Engine. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine, but you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. Have you decided on a club to join yet? I should have named him Rico, really? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Won't you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that. I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Check out some clubs. Start with the anime club. Sayori? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. She inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the clubs yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Go to the literature club. New members here. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, level engine, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Dialogue is unaltered until the weekend before the festival. So essentially, the first 2 or 3 days in that case? That's what I could have expected. I think I know why, like, the mod authors did this. Because, like, the original game for, like, the first few days pretty much plays out exactly like your average dating sim. I mean, how else are you supposed to, like, completely and utterly destroy it? Like, if you don't really set it up in the first place. As president of the club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. I was going to ask you if this is what the hell the Showa route was. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Level Engine, what kind of things do you like to read? Manga. Not much of a reader, I guess. That can change. What about you, Yuri? My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity, craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually I like to write about cute things. You look like you're working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give Me That Back. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how she feels. Truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Do you have an experience too, Yuri? I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. I have an idea, everyone. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. There's still one problem. I never said I would join this club straight away. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, we can end the meeting on a good note. So write a poem. And walk home again. Okay, so... we can only seem to write the poems for Yuri and Natsuki right now? And if I save... well, of course it's gonna work. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. Yes, I did. Oh, right. What was that video? I don't remember. I mean, I've done so many of those Castlevania live streams, it's gonna be hard to, like, find one specific moment unless I really remember it. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Level Legend always gives his best as long as he's having fun. That does give me an idea. I could make that one edit, perhaps. When's Free Shipping's mom coming by? Well, I could do, like, that one edit of my... well, it was a world record. It's not anymore. JC was able to beat it. But I could do an edit of that still, if you really wanted Extreme Wrecker. That's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Level Engine can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. We could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Freaking Monica, she never puts any of my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How'd you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice, but I'll tell you one thing, Level Engine. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, I'm gonna show you exactly why. Don't just stand there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice-of-life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is it going to be plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning's about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like all these backstories, so many touching parts. Maybe I underestimated you. Just I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always got excited when I convinced any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share a manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monaco is kind of a jerk about it. Oh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Okay, everyone, so on and so forth with the poems. Guess I'll stop here for now. Don't be dumb, just take it home with you. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home with you. And don't bend it. Find someone to share a poem with. So, where's Sayori in all this? Why can't I share poems with Sayori? What happened to her? So, Yuri first, perhaps. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not... I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah, why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. It's once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Oh, Ghost Song of the Light again. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. I'm gonna make the text speed, like, faster. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easier to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. More than just tell a simple story. I hadn't even thought about that. Let's start with the things I don't like. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, it would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she would like my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easier to read, but it hits you hard. Your old Minecraft videos from 2015. So, your old terrible videos as well? A bunch of mine are still on YouTube, and I wonder when we're gonna do like the next react to a bunch of terrible videos. Like, that animated duel I did like way back in 2011, 2012. I liked it at the time, considering like how much effort I put into it, but looking back at it like over 6 years later, like I just realized just how outright terrible it is. Like, I don't know what was more legendary for you guys, the MS Paint quality animations, or perhaps the voice acting. Like, if I hadn't already said that already, those voices do not at all match up with what actually happened to the guy. Like, that's not how you'd sound if you got attacked by, like, 2 dragons. Let me just say that those videos were inspired by the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes. Except the production values in, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes are much higher. Animes because they had, like, lots of different series. And they're still probably coming out with new ones, and there's probably going to be at least, like, who knows how many new ones before it's all done. They've probably done at least 6 or 7 different Yu-Gi-Oh! Series by now. There was, like, the original. Then I wonder how many spin-offs of the original there were. Then there was GX, then came 5Ds, then Zexal, then Arc V, and then something called V-Rains? And there's probably gonna be, like, who knows how many more series coming after that one. Okay, so there is a choice that has to do with Sayori now. Help me, Sayori. Sayori! Eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Level engine. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Why nobody likes— Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words, and Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Yeah, I think the reason I went with, like, the people are legitimately hurting each other in that animated duel I did was because in several of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels where things get serious, like, particularly in the original series, like, the pain is real and loser goes to the Shadow Realm, remember that? You're getting sent to the Shadow Realm, your mind's gonna be trapped there. Probably because they couldn't say die in, like, the dubs. Like, that's, like, too hostile for kids? To just say die, so, like, the euphemism for death is essentially you're going to the Shadow Realm. And this whole Shadow Realm thing also continued over into Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as well. And then there was something called a Hell Duel. And yeah, I would say that this quote-unquote Hell Duel that also got introduced in GX lives up to its name. So what happened in that was people were hooked up to some electric shock collars, and every time they lost life points, they got electrocuted. And at, like, the end of one of those episodes, the guy that lost the Hell Duel is just laying there unconscious, and perhaps, like, he may have been dead for all we know, and, like, the second time around, it's Zane that actually does that to his own brother, and he's just left there, passed out unconscious at the end of the episode, and is just left on a cliffhanger, like, his brother needs a doctor. Is Blue Sky still in development? I don't know. And then I just thought about how this would translate over to Magic the Gathering. With all the fetch lands and shock lands, I think those rules would be like 100 times worse. Like, I would rather play for ante. Like, just imagine, every time you go and play a fetch land, every time you want to go search your library, you get electrocuted. And God forbid you also want to play a shock land untapped in the same turn. You gotta get electrocuted again. These rules would be worse than ante. Yeah, but of course, like, the official shows did all this people screaming in pain way better than I could have done it. Like, I'm just trying to compare, like, the actual episode where Zane, after having literally snapped from, like, the last underground duel, just goes on some sadomasochistic rampage, which involves him pretty much just nearly killing his own brother. And I'm trying to compare that to my shitty MS Paint quality Magic duel with the cringy screams. Like, the difference is night and day. can't wait for when the dialogue actually changes. Mainly because I've seen this dialogue a few times also in other DDLC mods as well. And there's no means of skipping it either. I mean, I can understand why this was left in the first place, because, I mean, I already said it earlier, but most of the first day already does play out like the traditional dating sim. And instead of all, like, the crazy stuff that happens after, like, the weekend of the festival, it's just gonna continue being more or less like this. And then there's gonna be, like, pretty much writing from the modding community, and not from Salvato himself. I really do want to see where this goes. It's just I'm most likely gonna fast forward through the Unchanged stuff. And no, also I tried the Konami code, which that's essentially up, up, down, down, because it said something about that in the README. Like, will the Konami code work here? I tried it and it just didn't work. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, and nothing happened. Tried it again and still nothing. Like, her name is Galaxy Girl, and you think that she's a he? Oh, her. Okay, we're reading the book with Yuri now. Yuri takes her left arm, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I just picked words at random, and I'm just fast-forwarding past most of this stuff because it's unaltered. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You know I was used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she just finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Main character reminds me of you a little bit. She also second-guesses everything she does, too. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. I guess it's just kind of cute. Might not have enough time if we wait too long. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. It's fine. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. No preference, really. Whom should I show my poem to first? Natsuki again. Siora has a type all of a sudden. I got 3 choices left. 1, leave. 2, take cover. My name practically says my gender. Anyway, shut up. That's the thing, Extreme Wrecker sometimes does not know when to. And no, don't kill yourself, please. 3. Destroy every other human in existence, including me. So please don't do that either. Raccoon. Still just in the mood to fast forward past most of this stuff right now. Mainly because I did take like quite a bit of time to just read through the dialogue, playing it the first time around, just playing the original game. Something about the festival, so I think this is where we're going to start seeing new dialogue, because Fizz said everything's unchanged before the weekend of the festival starts. I don't do well with last minute preparations, don't worry so much, we're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. But doesn't that tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event? I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. We're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event, but the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's already putting it on all the posters. I didn't sign up for this, you know. I can never do something like that. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. But we should still give it our best. If we go on and put a good performance, it'll inspire others to do the same. Don't you want to share this with others? I know we all do. I guess that leaves me no choice. That's everyone. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Let's move on to the main event. Choose a poem to practice. If you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how are you going to do it in front of a group of people? I'll start off. The way they fly. At least there's some that like me. Without those, then I would have been dead by now. Either that or I'll no longer post videos and start going insane till I eat my laptop. Extreme Wrecker is still being Extreme Wrecker, apparently. Or till the new M&M's game comes out. That's an oddly specific thing to be looking forward to, by the way. Well, if I would walk home with Yuri, like... does this actually impact, like, how the rest of the game's gonna go or not? I just wanna, like, see, like, again, how Sayori would react. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it! Jeez, there's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori? I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. And the last one here again. Sayori's spacing out again. Is everything alright? Just seems a little off. Ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori lately. Seems a little downcast right now. She's usually never really like this. It's important to me too. I'm also friends with her. You sure about that? Person of interest. I'll try to talk to her for you. So I guess more reading with Natsuki while we're here. Oh, you might start streaming? Are you maybe going to react to some of your terrible videos like I did? Did you move my manga again? Sorry, I had to move some stuff and clean up a bit. It's all still there, just have to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves, and besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Ah, Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. You think I'm too short or something? I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Careful. I know what I'm doing. She falls off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. No need to prove yourself to me. I'm gonna get a chair to just hang on. Let's see. It's a little dangerous since the computer chair swivels and rolls. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. There we go. See, I can easily do it now. What? The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Could you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt? I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girl's box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, level engine? I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright, let me just stand up. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box! What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not, I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv! You set me up! Go away! Get out! But... I'll do it myself. Ah! The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! The scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. I got you. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Huh? Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gah! Gross! Gross! A fist pounds on my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica, see what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Oh, one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert, so I hope you're happy. I didn't... Somehow, it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Oh, I must have landed on that page. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you? No. I'll help you get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Just every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up. I'm gonna move the rest of your manga for you. We'll set this one aside. This'll help you cheer up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. You're really nice to me. That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. Right, I'm ready to continue reading. Who should I show my poem to first? What, she didn't want to show me her poem? Natsuki's face freezes like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Level Engine, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No. I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day, too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Level Engine? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monica's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Did you read this, Monica? Of course, I liked it. Ugh, you should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. But Level Engine wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right? She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well I think Level Engine is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Ah, Natsuki. I'll give you the poem, but it's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Level Engine is right. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I want to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first, then came up with the message later? Well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I kind of realized we wrote about the same thing, she wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care, I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. So, her poem about the beach. I guess. I'm pretty sure it was that one. I mean, I remember this from the original game anyway. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She wasn't actually feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Ah, no. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Oh? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. Natsuki making cupcakes, Monika making poetry pamphlets, and Sayori helping. And for Yuri, making banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. Would I actually be able to help out Monika, or is either one of these two girls just going to interject? Like in the original game they did. Wait, so I have to pick either Monika or Sayori? What if I choose Monika first? What happens? Yay, you picked me! Hold on one second. Yeah. Monika, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Level Engine was the one who... that doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monika. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monika, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monika. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monika. So you're gonna do the right thing, President? It's technically most logical for Level Engine to help one of you two, so I guess that's what we'll do. And I only have one choice left. So I have to choose Sayori and then just... And then it just shows Yuri itself for me? Okay, so if I pick Monika, then pick Sayori, it kind of just shows Yuri, like, by default. Maybe because that's, like, who I wrote the last poem for. I don't know. Maybe it's because I said I'd rather walk home with Yuri? Maybe, like, that influenced that choice, or just that happening automatically? Just think of the... It just skips over to, like, Yuri coming to my house on Sunday. It's already Sunday. I guess we're gonna have to visit Yuri then. I was under the impression that we were gonna get the choice to either spend the Sunday with Natsuki or Yuri, but it kind of just skipped over that and just gave me Yuri. Hi, Sayori. I sit down in the room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly want to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but how'd you know that? Monica told me. But what about you? Of course I'm going to help Monica. I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just want to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. That's no good. Why can't it just be like it's always been? Getting punished for being so selfish. What on earth are you saying? I know something's happened to you. You put me in a trap, but you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. What are you talking about? The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it you never told me about this? I almost feel like I've been betrayed as your close friend, because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. I didn't want to be cared about. I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Feels like a spear going through my heart. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. Nothing at all. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull into a tight embrace. I don't care if you're selfish. I'm happy you at least convinced me to join the club. All I want for it is to know that I care. I don't really understand any of my feelings. The festival's tomorrow. How about if what if I spend it all with you? I think it would be nice then. It's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I look forward to it. Please don't go. I'm so scared. I don't want things to change. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want you to be part of this. I don't want to waste your time. Sayori? I look her in the eyes and smile to reassure her that I'm here to stay. Even if my brain needs time to realize it's Sayori, my closest friend has been keeping something like this from me for all these years. I know that there's no reason to shut myself in my room. Maybe if I stay with her for a while, I can process the information better. You don't need to worry. Let's take things slow. Level engine? I don't know how to react. I don't know much about depression, but I do know you're my best friend. What kind of lousy friend would I be if I left you now? I can see she's trying to hold back her tears. I then instinctively wrap my arms around her. I feel her warmth as she starts crying into my chest. For some unknown reason, I feel like I need to suppress the urge to cry myself. I stay strong for her sake, but if I'm honest, I'm more than a little scared. 10 minutes later, Sayori is still crying into my chest. She hasn't said a single word. I should have stayed quiet. Now things are going to be different between us forever. The struggle in her mind is written all over her face. I realize I can't leave her like this, even if I don't know what to do. If nothing else, I can at least act as a shoulder for her to cry on. I don't know, but I think you're wrong. Wrong? Even if I knew you were depressed, I would still be friends with you. But why? I don't know the answer myself. I just blurted my statement out without thinking. For a few more minutes, we simply stand there, neither of us says a word. Can't say for sure whether it's my heartbeat or Sayori's. Hundreds of thoughts rush through my head as I try to fully grasp the situation. Do you trust me, Sayori? You're my best friend. I trust you more than anyone. Still, I don't know why. I only get more scared when I think about the fact that you mean so much to me. You're my best friend, too. I won't give up on you. Ever. I'm sorry for being such a mess. Don't apologize for it. Things are going to get better from now on. Huh? I want to help you, Sayori. Level Engine! No, please don't waste your time and energy on me. But Sayori... I smile confidently and look deep into her eyes. I don't consider being with you a waste of time. Never did, never will. But why? We've been friends our whole lives. This isn't something I'll just let you go through alone. Despite my words, Sayori's expression doesn't seem to change. She sighs. You can't help me. You don't understand. Depression isn't just the same as being sad. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I want to try. You're right. I know nothing about depression, but that's no reason for me to just give up on you. Okay. A fraction of the smile that I know and love returns to Sayori's face. From now on, we'll do this together. Even if I know nothing about depression, I promise myself I will help Sayori. She's always been there for me whenever I was sad, never showing how damaged she is really up to now. Even if I lack knowledge, I'm determined to help her. Festival's tomorrow. How about we prepare for it together? I want to prepare for it together with you. I want that too, but I don't want to be selfish. It's not selfish if both of us want it. Even if it's just a way to cope with what she told me. It's almost like I think I can process the information better if I assure myself that things are mostly the same as they were before. She's still my best friend. My only friend. That hasn't changed. I don't think that'll ever change. Ironically enough, now that I know she's depressed, I want to spend more time with her than ever before. Alright, you have a point, but didn't you have other plans? No, and even if I did, I'm sure the others would understand. Besides, I feel like I have to be here for her right now. I try my best attempt at giving her a reassuring smile, though with my current mindset, it probably makes me look like some monster taken out of a horror novel. Let's do this like we always have, Sayori. Alright. Even if she still looks upset, I feel as if she's calmed down, even if just a little. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe it's just me feeling relieved that she doesn't have to ask me to leave. We work together on our poem until late in the evening. Quickly slip out to send Monica a text explaining that we have to change some of the plans. She quickly replies that she understands the situation and will take care of the rest. Over the course of the evening, I can see occasional flashes of Sayori's old personality, but I don't know if they are genuine or her trying to put up a facade for my sake. Finally, we work ourselves to exhaustion, and it's only when both our stomachs rumble that I realize how many hours we spent writing our poem. I decide to make her some dinner despite her complaints. This is delicious, Level Engine. I haven't eaten food this good in forever. I'm glad you like it. I tried my best. As I made dinner for her, I noticed how almost all the food she had was either fast food or instant noodles. Come to think of it, this is something I've always noticed her serve me when I visit her in the past. Now I understand it was likely because of her depression, she's not probably able to learn new dishes. Regardless, Sayori enjoys my food, wolfing it down. I almost worry it'll get stuck in her throat. Level Engine, are you feeling alright? Sayori noticed I haven't even touched my plate despite my hunger. In a desperate attempt to cover up my concern for her, I fake a yawn. Yes, I'm fine. I guess I'm tired. If you want to, you can go home. I can finish the poem myself. No, I'm staying. It's fun to be with you. Fun? She laughs bitterly. I enjoy this, just sitting down and writing poems with you. It's kind of fun, don't you think? Thanks for the compliment. We eat in silence, and I realize how much I valued those days when there was no drama between us. I regret not spending more time with her over the last few years. Maybe if I did, things wouldn't have turned out this way. Maybe I could have done something to help her if only I picked up on the signs. How could I not notice how often she was late to school? Or how she often wore the same clothes for weeks? Or how she always let others make decisions for her? Don't blame yourself. I throw a confused gaze. It's written all over your face. You probably blame yourself for not being there for me, right? Am I that easy to read? It's not like you could have done anything. Even if it's true, then you seriously can't think this will end well for you if you try to deal with it alone. Depression or not, I still care about you. You're one of the few people I can say for sure I trust. I don't deserve this. What are you talking about? Of course you do. Everyone deserves someone who cares about them. That's not what I meant. I don't deserve to be cared about, to have someone who wastes their efforts on me. I don't want to be a burden to anyone, least of all you. Sayori, you're never a burden to me, and you won't be. But You ask why you should make friends when you realize how worthless you are? But aren't we friends? Yes. When you call yourself worthless, how do you think I feel? Of course, it makes you feel bad, which is why I never talk about it. But if you're miserable, and I want to help you get out of said misery, then I'm technically doing it for myself and not for you. Yes, but what are you getting at here? If anything bad were to happen to you, I wouldn't be able to recover. I don't want you to be indebted to me. I want to help you because it would also help me. You would do that for me? Why? Because you're worth a lot to me, Sayori. You want me to be happy, and I want you to be happy. I don't know what would make you happy or what would make you realize how much you're worth, both to me and to others, but I don't know what would make me happy. What could that be? It's to spend more time with you and make you smile. Sayori looks shocked. You've always made me feel happy because you've always accepted me with open arms. Plus, you're the only girl who I can call my friend, and I'm glad to be able to say that. What I'm saying is I don't want to lose you. I want to help you. That'll make me happy. Level Engine, thank you. I'm lucky to have a friend like you, Level Engine. It feels good to know someone cares about and appreciates me. You're the one who makes me feel that way. Each day. Even though she smiles and her cheeks red and I feel an awkward silence falling over the room. It's late. I think we should call it a day. I feel very tired and I need to think. Don't worry about me though. I won't give up, even if it's just for your sake. Thank you. I appreciate that. Can I really do anything to help her? Tomorrow's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be something I could be excited for. However, I barely slept last night for many reasons other than excitement. With what we had talked about yesterday in mind, I take out my phone and call Sayori's number, but she isn't answering. A sudden fear takes over me. What if she... Before I can finish my thoughts, my phone rings. I try to answer, but my palms are sweaty from the sudden surge of stress, so I drop my phone on the ground. I see she's calling me. Level Engine? Her voice is unnaturally hoarse. I either wake her up, or she didn't sleep at all and has been up all night. I decide to indirectly ask her. Sorry, did I wake you up? No, I've been up for a while. Something's not right here. Don't worry about me. Her laugh sounds forced. Something is clearly wrong here. Sayori? What? A sudden fear grips me. I realize I have to distract her somehow before things get out of control. She clearly sounds upset. From how tired she sounds, I assume she didn't sleep at all. There's no knowing what she'll do to herself if I hang up on her like this. I called because I want to meet up before the festival. We always go to school together, so how about I come over and make you breakfast? She says nothing, but I hear her sigh on the other end. I promised we'd go to the festival together. Is this because of what I told you yesterday? Is that why you're suddenly acting this way? No, that's not it. I want to spend time with you before the festival. I mean, I woke up so early. There isn't much for me to do to pass time except maybe watching anime. You told me you didn't want me to turn into a NEET, didn't you? You're right. You're absolutely right. And since you're my only friend, I guess I have nobody else to socialize with. I get what you mean. Alright, when can you come over? I'm on my way now. Okay, I'll go get ready for the day. I'll leave the door unlocked for you. Oh, so... is this Sayori's house? Oh, that looked like... actually, no, I think like it was just main character leaving his house. I don't even care about closing my door or to bother looking at the road. So what if someone robs you then? Panting heavily, I open the door. She really did leave it unlocked. As soon as I enter, I hear the sound of the shower running. Remembering the sounds I heard just before the call ended, I rush up to her room. I've watched too much anime to know where this could potentially lead. However, I don't care. I think back. I heard the sound of a door opening. Judging by the sound I heard afterwards, it had to be a room with a wooden floor. That would mean... I mentally asked her to forgive me before opening her closet and run my hands down the mountain of unorganized clothes. Perhaps the sound was just my imagination? For a few minutes, I feel nothing as I dig deeper and deeper into the pile. I'm about to give up when my hands suddenly feel something hard and uneven underneath them. I dig it up, and my eyes widen as I find myself holding a long, tight rope. Did she mean to? Before I could even finish my own thoughts, I take the rope in both hands and dash across the room before throwing the rope out through the open window. Just as I think it's over, though, the sound of running water suddenly stops. I realize I'm screwed if Sayori finds me loitering about in her room. I quickly cover up my deed and rush out of the room. I then begin preparing breakfast for the two of us, while silently promising myself that I'll make sure today is going to be enjoyable for her. Geez, you took long enough. We're honestly getting worried you never show up. Alright, looks like everyone's finally here. It seems like the two of us are the last ones to arrive. Thankfully enough, the actual event hasn't started yet. Sorry, I kind of forgot to write my poem during the weekend. Well, is it ready now? Oh, come on, Sayori. Will you at least try to take this seriously? Sayori casts her eyes downward. This looks bad. Natsuki doesn't know the reason for why Sayori was unable to write. I did promise Sayori to keep her condition a secret. Worst case scenario, her secret might be revealed. On the other hand, I know Sayori is strong enough to endure it. It might make them suspicious if I suddenly act out of character. To speak up or have faith in Sayori's resilience or remain silent? What should I do? If I remain silent, what happens? Well, here you give me all those speeches about how to be passionate about this, and then you don't even care enough to write a poem? Sayori closes her eyes and takes a deep, forced breath. Sayori seems to have completely frozen up. I decide to step in. If I hadn't forgotten to write a poem, she wouldn't have had to spend so much time helping me write mine. This isn't Sayori's fault at all. You're both so... Gah! Come now, Natsuki. She did write a poem this morning, so she still took responsibility. Well, duh, how do you think it'd make us look if she didn't contribute? Now, please don't fight. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll try to take this more seriously in the future. Natsuki turns her heel and leaves while muttering something inaudible. Anyway, may I see the poem? She hands Monica the envelope containing the poem. You two writing a poem together? Aren't you two cute? What? What's odd, however, is that for some reason my face feels very hot, and for a few seconds, I feel slightly lightheaded. We're not, why did you say that? I know more than you think. Having said that, Monica opens the envelope and leaves us alone. I don't even need to look in Sayori's direction to know what she's looking at me. I turn my head and our eyes meet. Sorry, I don't know where Monica got that idea from. We'd be kinda cute together though, don't you think? Even though I say it as a joke, my words make me feel weird. Sayori laughs nervously and I feel oddly disheartened. And that's why I promise I'll stop joking around for the rest of the day. Haha, no, I appreciate it. She sighs and sits down at an empty table. The fact that you even joke about it is funny. I sit down next to her and take her left hand to my right hand. Her hands are small, warm, and clammy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that, Sayori. If the joke was a joke for any reason, it was that the idea of me ever finding a girlfriend is downright hilarious. Don't say that. I'm sure you'd find an amazing girl who would love you one day. Unless you become a NEET, that is. Haha. I promise, once things settle down, I'll help you find someone. I want you to be happy. You deserve it so much. You also deserve happiness, Sayori. The others will get suspicious if we just sit around here. Let's go and be useful to them so they leave us alone. Okay. Even so, I don't know if I have time to think about it much right now. Before I know it, it's time for the festival. It seems like we've attracted quite a crowd. I notice that I'm slightly anxious as I step up and stand next to Sayori. I throw a quick look at her face and see a gentle yet nervous smile. The whole room is silent, with the exception of a few whispers from the audience. Before long, Monika's voice breaks the silence. Okay everyone, it's time to read poems. We'll start by having the members of our literature club read their wonderful selections first. If you don't mind, could you go first, Sayori? Right, I'll try my best. Give a warm applause to the vice president of our club. As soon as the applause ends, Sayori steps up to the podium and reads her poem aloud. The poem she chooses is one that I've never read before. I've never read this one. I need to clear my throat. Like, my throat is getting, like, pretty tired right about now. It's getting a little sore, so I'm probably going to read this poem and then likely just stop the stream here and then come back to it a bit later. Alright then, White Lily. Someplace far away, in a wasteland where no man has gone before. In a land where rain and sun's conflict lies at the core. In a land ruled by the rainbows. A single white lily grows, selfishly dreaming to spread joy. Even if it meant her devastation, a small price to pay. I could go do it tomorrow, personally. Tonight, no, not tonight. It's getting late. When the Mr. Sun visits her, she opens her petals and smiles at the cheery day. When Mr. Raincloud comes to play, she closes her petals, wishing she could be several miles away. Even if Raincloud tempts her and wants to be her friend, his false kindness only makes her rattled. The lily wants no temptation. What she dreams for is a peaceful end. Once, a rainbow took the shape of a dark-robed man. As he brandished his scythe, he heard the lily sobs. To pluck the lily and end her was his plan. Yet he couldn't bear the weight of stopping her heartthrobs. And so he sat with her, hearing her story out, sweet words of comfort escaping his mouth. Though she starts off slow due to her anxiety, she quickly becomes more and more confident as the poem goes on. It's an hour later for me than it is for you, physicist. Once she's done, she bows gracefully as a few members of the audience clap. This is bad. Sayori's performance was excellent, and yet she doesn't receive enough recognition from the crowd. What should I do? Does it matter either way what I do? Clap louder than the others? But it seems like my attempt has no effect other than making me look like an idiot with bruised hands. However, Monika knows my attempts to cheer Sayori on and tells the crowd to give Sayori a warm applause. The crowd eventually gives in to peer pressure and starts clapping louder and louder. Sayori blushes lightly and steps down to the sound of the crowd cheering. Even if she says nothing, I can tell she is feeling grateful for me trying to help. Thank you for that great poem. Next up is... oh, Yuri. Yuri's performance was splendid. It showed me a side of her that I'd never seen before. She was met with even louder cheers than Sayori's performance did. Soon after, she was followed by Monika and Natsuki. Even before they started reading, it was clear Monika was the highlight of the show. She was met with deafening cheers before she even read her poem, which turned out to be an amazing piece of work. Finally, it was my turn. As the only guy in the literature club, I feel pressured to put on a good show. It's only when I look at the crowd that I notice most of the guys, our audience, are It's most of the audience are guys from my year. I'm both tired and like have like kind of a sore throat from just reading a bunch of this dialogue. They look at me like I'm a weirdo. Sup? I hear a few guys from my class whispering amongst themselves. I know the rumors will be inevitable. Part of me just wants to step down and leave. It'd be less of an embarrassment to me if I did. However, just as I start hesitating, I hear a girl's voice cheering me on. I look down and see Sayori smiling at me. You can do this, Level Engine. I believe in you. I have to do this for her. Not to please them, but to make her happy. I take a deep breath to swallow my anxiety and then read my poem. It's of questionable quality compared to the rest, and I'm met with the coldest reception of the entire club. Barely anyone applauds me, and I hear one or two guys booing me. They tell me to stop writing since my poem is terrible. Even though I'm used to being treated like a joke by my classmates, hearing them insult me like this hurts me a little more than usual. Give him a warm round of applause, everyone. He did great. Not even Monica convinced the crowd to give as much as a single clap in my direction. I feel more embarrassed than I've ever been in my life. I need to get out of here. Before anyone could stop me, I take my awful poem and dash out of the room. My performance was a complete disaster. I don't remember the last time I was this embarrassed in my entire life. This part was quite memorable. I'm fumbling up a bunch of my words, I'm getting tired, so I'm going to just leave it here. Before I make this just sound like too poorly read out. I'd rather just do this when I'm more awake. That way I'll just read everything out much better. And the video quality will be much better when I'm more awake. Yeah, it is about quality, by the way. If I'm half awake and just fumbling up words, then I should just take a break. Nice music though. Yeah, I heard that Purist Mod has its own original soundtrack. And this is another song in it.